A man dressed his chimpanzee in clothes. Fed him at the dinner table. Called him family. And then one day, with zero warning, that chimp tore his friend's face off in under 60 seconds. Ripped her hands off at the wrists. Took her nose. Her eyelids. Her jaw. This isn't a horror story. This is science. And today we're going to figure out, why does an animal this close to us become something this dangerous? Let's start with the body. A healthy adult man produces about 33 kilograms of grip force. A woman, around 20. An adult male chimpanzee. Verified studies put it between 200 and 330 kilograms. That's up to 10 times stronger than a human. And it's not just grip. Their muscles contain 67% fast-twitch fibers, ours have 40%. Pound for pound, their muscle fires 1.5 times faster and harder. Denser bones. Stronger tendons. And on top of all that, 5-centimeter canine teeth built like daggers. Put all of that together and you get an animal physically capable of removing a human face in seconds. But why would it? In the early 1970s, deep in Tanzania's Gom forest, a researcher witnessed something no Western scientist had ever documented. A unified chimp community split in two. A northern group and southern separatists. For months, peaceful. Then on January 7, 1974, 6 males from the north ambushed a lone southern male. They beat him until he stopped moving. That was the first kill. Over the next 4 years, the northern males hunted down every single male in the southern group. One elderly chimp named Goliath greeted his old friends with friendly gestures when they found him. They attacked him anyway, tearing him apart while he refused to fight back. Females were killed or kidnapped. One mother ate the infant of another female. When it was over, the victors immediately turned on a neighboring community and started another war. Critics blamed the researchers, they'd been feeding the chimps bananas, maybe it created competition. But a massive analysis spanning hundreds of combined observation years across multiple sites found no statistical link between human contact and killing rates. The real predictor. Number of males and population density. More chimps, more murder. Today, intergroup violence is the second leading cause of death for wild chimpanzees, right behind disease. The most infamous captive case was a chimp named Travis. Taken from his mother at 3 days old, raised in Connecticut like a human child. Bottle-fed. Dressed in clothes. Sat at the dinner table. Appeared in TV commercials. Could unlock doors with keys. Drank wine with dinner. By adulthood, he weighed 90 kilograms. In 2009, a family friend came to visit. Without any warning, Travis attacked her for 12 straight minutes. She survived, but lost her eyelids, nose, jaw, lips, most of her scalp, and both hands bitten off at the wrists. Police shot Travis dead. This isn't the story of a monster. It's the story of denial. A chimpanzee is not a human child. No matter how many diapers it wore as an infant, it will not develop human emotional regulation. The instincts don't disappear. They just wait. But writing chimps off as purely violent would be just as wrong. Chimpanzees form genuine friendships. One study tracked male pairs for a decade and found that more than half stayed close friends for at least 5 years. That's unusual. In most mammal species, males compete, they don't bond. Why do they? Because friendship pays. When a male makes a kill, usually a monkey, he shares the meat exclusively with his closest allies. And when it comes to climbing the social ladder, 2 friends working together can take down a higher-ranking male neither could beat alone. Better rank means better food and better access to mates. And navigating all of that, who owes what to whom, who's allied with who betrayed who last season, requires a remarkable memory. In 2023, researchers showed chimps and bonobos 2 images side by side, a stranger and a former groupmate they hadn't seen in over 20 years. The apes consistently stared longer at the old friend. One bonobo recognized her sister after 26 years apart. That's the longest documented long-term memory in any non-human animal. But their short-term memory is even more jaw-dropping. Numbers 1 through 9 appear on a screen in random positions. Then they go blank. The subject has to touch the squares in order from memory. At 650 milliseconds, humans manage fine. At 430, performance drops. At 210 milliseconds, less than a quarter of a second, adult humans fail completely. There simply isn't enough time for the eyes to scan the full screen. Young chimpanzees passed at every speed. Even at 210 milliseconds. Even at 70. Scientists call this eidetic, or photographic, memory. About 2 to 10% of human children have it. It fades by adolescence. For chimps, it's standard equipment. Which brings us to the heaviest question of all. Do chimpanzees know they're causing suffering? For decades, scientists believed only humans had theory of mind, the ability to understand that other beings have their own beliefs, knowledge, and feelings separate from yours. Recent experiments suggest otherwise. In food competition tests, subordinate chimps consistently went for food the dominant chimp couldn't see, they inferred his blind spot. In false belief tests, chimps correctly anticipated that a person who'd been absent while an object was moved would look in the wrong place when they returned. They tracked what another mind did and didn't know. So yes. Chimpanzees almost certainly understand that violence causes distress. They know. But does that make it evil? Evil implies moral judgment, knowing something is wrong and choosing it anyway. Chimps don't operate on moral codes. They operate on survival logic. They kill to expand territory, secure food, protect offspring. The brutality isn't sadism. It's competition at its most extreme. Only 170,000 to 300,000 chimpanzees remain in the wild. Habitat destruction and poaching are pushing them toward extinction. These animals are our mirror. Look into one and you'll see friendship, strategy, memory, and war. You'll see something uncomfortably familiar. They are not our children. They are not our pets. They are our closest living relatives. And when you stare into that mirror, it isn't judging you. It's just trying to survive.